What's up, everybody? This is Dal Stone here, and today we're going to talk about how to get back your creative flow after taking a break. So, let's say you've taken a week off, or even a month, or months off, right? And sometimes you need that. Sometimes you've burnt out from working so much at work or just doing 3D stuff on the side. Like you've just burnt out. You've done so much. You need a break, and that's completely reasonable, and that's completely fine. And that happens. That happens to me all the time. You look back on my YouTube channel and my history. This happens more often than not, right? So don't be so hard on yourself. Take those breaks because sometimes you need them, right? So how do you get back into the flow? A couple tips here. And this is really important. This seems to have always helped me a lot. So hopefully this helps you out as well. Work on a small asset. Work on a small prop, right? Just to get back into the groove and to remove some of that rust. I think it's so important to work on something small. And this is might be something that you never ever show. This might be something that you never put in your portfolio, right? But it's just to really get back into things, right? So why this is so important is because then that way you can do a small asset and you can familiarize yourself with your workflow again, right? And in that process, sometimes you might actually, with fresh eyes, see flaws in your current workflow or your past workflow, and you might find ways to improve things. And because you have fresh eyes, you might even improve on your creativity, and because you're not burnt out anymore. I find that it actually helps a lot coming in with fresh eyes, right? So I think that's a big tip there. Another thing is, work on a prop or an asset that you think is super cool, right? Something that you're interested in. And this is really important because you don't want to get bored, right? The worst thing and this has happened to me before, is you get back into your the creative flow, right? And then you work on something that you lose interest really quickly. Like, I'll give you an example, like modeling a chair, right? Like, I mean, unless it's a very sci-fi, like for me personally, I love sci-fi, right? And hard surface modeling. If this thing isn't a sci-fi, futuristic looking chair or something like that, but it's just like a plain IKEA chair, it might not hold your attention, right? So pick something that you enjoy, that you have interest in, and that you like, right? Why I recommend a small asset or a small prop is because I've done it before too, where I saw this awesome concept art of this environment, right? And then I'd be like, okay, yep, I'm making that environment, and the environment ends up being so big, and it becomes hours and hours and hours and hours and hours to get it finished, and then by the 20th hour of working on this environment, you lose interest because the progress has just been so slow, right? So, so that's why for me, I think it's really important to work on a small asset. So those are the only tips that I have. This is something that has helped me so much. So how do you get back into the creative flow after a break? I would love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments down below, and stay awesome.